So, should you make your contributions to the Roth or the traditional? Let's get at it. Hey there, thanks for stopping by, taking your time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. We want to talk about Roth versus traditional contribution. When do you contribute to a Roth? When do you contribute to a traditional? And I got to thinking about this because when I'm working with a client on their financial plan, really a key component of that plan is their retirement plan. That's going to answer the question, should they contribute to the Roth or the traditional IRA or 401k? Now, the advantage of the Roth is that it potentially grows tax-free, and when you retire, those distributions coming out, those are tax-free. Now, you don't get a tax deduction on the contribution you make. However, with the traditional IRA or traditional 401k, the money you contribute, you don't pay tax on. This reduces your taxable income. But when you pull the money out, then you pay taxes on that distribution. So, should you take the tax hit now and contribute to the Roth, or get a tax break now and pay later with the traditional? And the answer depends on several things, like your tax bracket, your age, and if you think taxes will be higher when you retire versus now. Now, I can't give you specific advice to you because I don't know you. I don't know your circumstance, but let's talk in generalities, to give you some idea of how to handle this. And by the way, if we haven't met before, my name is Keith Wilson. I'm a practicing financial advisor here to help folks just like you along their personal finance journey. All right, generally speaking, if you are in your 20s or your 30s, you may want to consider, starting out with a Roth contributions over the traditional, because you may have 30 or 40 years until retirement, and this gives that Roth, time to compound and potentially grow exponentially. And time and compounding interest, man, that's a powerful thing. Then at retirement, the money that is pulled out of that Roth would be tax-free. So usually someone in their 20s and 30s, they're not in a very high income tax bracket, and they may not need the tax breaks now. Also, when you are starting a family, you would have child tax credits to help out with lowering your tax bill. So with the Roth, think of it like this: you're paying tax on the seed versus the harvest or the forest. Now, let's talk about when you hit your 40s and 50s. This is usually your peak earning years. Usually you got a new job, you got promotions, you got bonuses, and that could push you up in the next tax bracket or two. On top of that, you may have lost some child tax credits, as the kids age out. So for high income earners that may be in the 24 or 32% or even higher tax bracket, it becomes more important to reduce their taxes than if you were in your 20s or 30s. So this would be the time that we would look at filling up three buckets: the tax-free bucket, which is the Roth; the tax-deferred bucket, which is the traditional 401k or IRA; and then the taxable account, which is basically a brokerage account or investment account. Now, actually, I did a video on that three-bucket theory. I'll post that link right up here so you can watch it. Maybe you can get some more information on that. So really, this all boils down to a guessing game. What are taxes going to look like in the future? Are they going to be higher or are they going to be lower? And the thing is, you really don't know. And usually, you will require less income during retirement. Think about it. If you're a high income earner right now, earning $200,000 or $300,000 or more, maybe you've allocated a lot of that income towards savings. And a lot of people at that point in their life, they're maxing out their 401k, and you're filling up other buckets, and you're saving, and you have other expenses and mortgages and so forth. But when you retire, Hopefully you're no longer going to be saving, your debt is paid off, and you're in the distribution phase of your life. So most likely your income would be lower in retirement. And that's why maybe, spread it out. So in your early years, in your 20s and 30s, beef up that Roth as much as you can, because normally your taxes are going to be lower and you don't need the tax break. During the 40s and 50s, those peak earning years, maybe mix it up a bit, spread it out in those 3 different buckets, but it's going to take, a financial plan to sit down and look at that very seriously. Hey, I hope you found this helpful, and if so, please subscribe to the channel, give it a good old thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.